and my connection's going in and out, so just bear with me. It looks like I'm totally fine recording this on 5G, which is perfect because I've been looking for Wi-Fi the entire time that I've been walking around for the last hour. Okay, so what we want to talk about is consciousness and control. And the reason we want to do that is because we just came off of one of the largest energetic arrivals on Earth on Tuesday. And we're going into the Lion's Gate on the 8th. So let's talk about that. So first and foremost, this is St. Mary's Park. I've got St. Mary's Lodge behind me. I'm sitting in a cozy chair up on the creek. This is St. Mary's Creek. I've been here since Thursday. I noticed on Tuesday and Wednesday that the energy was really intense, and the thing that I know how to do more than anything is go to the mountains. So packed up my stuff, forgot a few things like my tripod, so this camera's sitting up against a coffee cup on a rock. And because there's something really powerful, and you can see these clouds, and I wish you could see the top of that mountain over there because it's absolutely fabulous. So reminds me of when I used to do this a couple of years ago, where I'd go out and show you all the places in Montana as I was going along. So this reminds me that I want to do more of this. So thanks for being here with me. So let's start first with the solar flares. So the solar flares have been calm yet again, C1 to C4, you know, that tap, tap, tap on the shoulder, the one that sort of goes, hey, are you paying attention, and asking us to pause, asking us to notice, and to align. And they're not loud, but they're persistent, again and again and again and again, offering us these reminders or these nudges when we want them or don't want them, right? The geomagnetic has gone from calm to unsettled, so KP1 to KP3, according to Pam Youngins, except for, well, even when there was this energetic surge on Tuesday the 29th. So let's talk about that surge, because Amanda Lorence is this beautiful, gentle soul who puts things out very rarely on YouTube and then on Facebook. What she does is she's a reader of the bigger energies, and she has this very soft voice, and she said, so this one that landed on Tuesday was different than all the other waves that have come in the past. She said these are intense, right? So what she called it, she said it's a different kind of incoming frequency, stronger, patterned uniquely, and designed to land on our Earth. And it wasn't just a wave for insight. It wasn't opening ourselves up. It was for integration. It's our job to rest, and as we know, to hydrate, to sleep deeply, to receive, to be in nature, which is why I'm here, right? And to stop trying to push through this experience. So pushing, striving, trying isn't going to work anymore. It's just not in our highest interest. So that's why I'm here recalibrating. I've been angry. I've been pacing. It rained for 2 days. I was stuck in a car, sleeping in a car with a lean-to tent over the side, kind of going like, why am I doing this? And then just recognizing that I just need to integrate and breathe. And now look at it. I think the clouds are going to leave. I'm going to get out in the lake and swim today. Okay, second thing, Daniel Scranton. He's somebody that Pam Youngins and Milton Foster post on YouTube quite often. And he said something really interesting. I was kind of like, am I going to talk about this with you guys? But he talks with the Arcturian Council, and he said that this huge wave that came in on the 29th and the waves that are going to follow this are preparing us physically, emotionally, and energetically for greater interaction with extraterrestrial consciousness. He didn't say consciousness. He said extraterrestrial interactions. I'm going to say consciousness, because these galactic frequencies that are coming in on these plasma codes, right? They stimulate our cells. They upgrade our nervous system. They teach our bodies how to hold more light. And that in turn increases our perception. So when we look at that, it's a level that is just so different than what this plasma intelligence is a consciousness that moves through the body, not around it. It's actually hitting us, it's hitting our cells, our organs, our nervous, our systems, it's working with the plasma in our blood, and it's impacting our day-to-day lives. It's impacting our relationships, and some of you have noticed this. It's impacting our money, the way we make money, the way we want to use money, the way we interact with it, our health. It's like either we had deteriorating symptoms that are getting worse, or they're getting better, or they're coming on and we're experiencing aches and pains in places that we hadn't thought before. Kind of makes sense, right? And how we solve problems and how we make choices, because everything is being restructured to the frequency of truth. And so when we trust that, when we know that, and as an indigo, I wish I brought my book, but there wasn't a lot I could carry out here. Go read the Indigo Assignment. I wrote that in 2022 about the frequency of truth, okay? So knowing what Daniel says, knowing what we've experienced, knowing that there's this plasma intelligence coming in, I'm going to say that my main point in doing this video today is consciousness versus control, because the core message is really loud and clear. It woke me up Tuesday, Wednesday. When I got out here, I had to get up in the middle of the night on Thursday night and write some notes down, because it was like, this is what you're going to talk about. And I was like, okay, here we go. Haven't had that happen. I've had topics come in before, but not quite this loud. Okay, so let's break it down. So consciousness, when we define consciousness, it's awareness of ourself, of our sensation, of our energy, of our environment. Consciousness is how we interact with the greater whole. So right now I've got some ants crawling across the top of this rock. I can feel the breeze. I can hear the lake. I can tell that there's people in the restaurant just like 150 yards away with this huge window looking at the mountains, watching me talking to you. It's open. Can't find the edges to hold on